Hi everyone, it's Joy from the Denver, Colorado area, and I am so happy to be here showing you one of my favorite new bundles from the new September to December mini catalog. So this is called Snowy Delights, and it is a decorative stencil bundle. So you have your decorative masks and you have your dies. So it is a photopolymer set, so it is the see-through for placement, and then the masks has two sheets of the masks here. So you have the um, the intricate ones with these two, and then you have the ones that cut out the layers. So you have a layered one. You can actually layer your you can die cut out your stencil, and then you can layer it on another color if you wish. So let's go ahead and put those away so I don't lose those. And let's go ahead and bring in our pieces. So I decided, why not make purple snowflakes? So I have my card base here that is Highland Heather, and it is the 5.5 by 8.5 inches, scored at 4.25. So again, 4.25 is half of 8.5, so that is scored right in the middle. So when you're the other people in other markets, you will have a slightly different card base, but I think it will still absolutely work. So you have that. Let's go ahead and let's fold that in half and use a bone folder to give it a nice good score. And now we have our card base all ready to go. Please go ahead and do chime in if you are joining me today, and say hello, and say how things are going in your world, and do you love snowflakes as much as me. So here we have our inside piece, which is basic white, and it is 4 inches by 5.25 inches. We also have a layer of gorgeous grape, which is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. So that is a little bit, I did step it down a little bit from our standard 4.25 by 4 by 5.25, which would be this size, but that is going to go on the inside here of my piece. And then I did one step down from that at the 3 3/4 by 5, and then of course I did one more of the basic white and stepped it down to 3.5 by 4 3/4. So here in the US, we step it down. Our standard layer is a 1/4 inch smaller. In the other markets, I believe it's 1/2 centimeter. So here we have our pieces, and we are going to get started. But the first thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do the stencils. So I hope you watched my little tip video where I showed you how I use the grid paper, and then I do my marking so that I know where to place things. So I need, did I not cut a piece that size? Oh dear. Okay, well, we're just going to use the back of this one. Okay, so we're going to start with a piece that's 4.25 by 5.5, which is a 1/4 of a sheet, and we're going to put it right here in my little marks that I made. So I'm going to just use the back of this to show you just a little bit of stenciling here. All right. Then we want to bring in our stencil, which I just had because I was showing it to you at the beginning of the video. Here they are. All right. Here are my stencils, and as you saw, I labeled them with a label maker. So I'm going to start with stencil number 1, and I'm going to put it in my markings that I made in my tip video, and I'm going to bring in some low tack or washi tape. And I'm going to go ahead and start with my Highland Heather ink and a small blending brush. And like I always like to do, because you can always add ink but you can't take it away, is I'm going to start off on just a scratch piece of paper, because those first few, when you're loading the brush, you get these like really dark marks in there, and I do not want that. So we're just going to go ahead and come in and start blending some color. And I'm going to go very light on this. So we're just blending some color in, and I'm not going to be real perfect because I have a really good one on the other side. So blend it in until it gets to how you want it. Oh, don't put this away yet. And then switch to my number 2 stencil. And you can change the order of these stencils, or you can like not use some of them, you can skip some of them. So it's just up to you. You will get different looks, and I'll show you in a minute what those different looks, some of those different looks. I don't think I even covered all of them, but some of those different looks will look like when you're getting this. And I'm just going to do like part of the snowflake so that you kind of get an idea of where I'm going with this. And again, you can always add color, but you cannot take it away. So start out light and then just add more color as you like it. So then you just keep going. Go to my stencil number 3. And just keep going, making sure that you line up your stencil on your marks and pay attention to what you've got here as well. You want to pay attention to both places. And we're going to change ink colors. So we're going to change to Gorgeous Grape. I used Highland Heather first. Now we're going to use Gorgeous Grape, and I'm bringing in another small blending brush. And I do like the small blending brushes because I feel like you can kind of get into some of those little nooks and crannies just a little bit better when you are doing this stenciling technique. So going very light there. And oops, don't put that away yet. I'm so used to just putting things away immediately because I don't like to get ink in places I don't want it. Let's go ahead and let's switch to number 4. So as you can see, that's very pretty just like that. So you could absolutely leave it just like that, or you can do the number 4. And bring that in. Again, don't forget to tape it down. I'm not going to load any more ink on this because I want those little pieces on the, oops, it just slipped. Make sure it's taped down really well. So I just want those little pieces to not be too overpowering for this. I'm just going to do it light and take that away. Then you can see the one that I've already done on the back, which I've done much darker with my colors. So again, you can do lighter like this, or you can start doing much, much darker like this one is. Now, I want to show you some that I've done ahead of time with doing just different masks. So this one So this one is all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Started out with Highland Heather, switched to Gorgeous Grape. So that's all of the masks. This one is Gorgeous Grape only, and this is number 2 and number 3. So as you can see, that's a big difference there. And then this one here, what is this one? Oh, this one is 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. So I have two 1, 2, 3, 4s. Okay. So I have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 2 and a 3. And then this one, and this one is, yeah, this is Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape. This is Gorgeous Grape only. This one is Gorgeous Grape only, and this is 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And then this one here is 1, 2, and 4. Okay. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 4, and this one's Highland Heather only. No, that's Gorgeous Grape. Okay. So as you can see, it just depends, I mean, how dark you want to go. So you can get a lot of different tones just with one color of ink. You do not have to change to 2 different colors of ink if you do not wish. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 and 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 and 3. All right, now we have that all taken care of. Now to save a little time, I went ahead and I did a die cut snowflake. I did this one and then I die cut it out with, have my little baggie here all ready to go. I did a die cut, so I did the, let's see, where is it? The smaller of these two. So I did the smaller one, which fits exactly around this. So that's the one that I used to cut this out, was the smaller of the two outline ones. And I also die cut one of those large detail ones. So pretty. And I did that in basic white. I want to use, I love dimension, you know me, I absolutely love dimension. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back in between these two because I'm going to layer them on top, and it's going to be a shame. I'm going to cover up all this prettiness, but it's still the look that I'm going for. You will see what that is. Let's go ahead, get these on. Just pulling off all these dimensionals. And how many do I want? Do I want just one in the middle? Maybe I want to do a triangle in the middle. I love my dimensionals. I love to make sure I don't have saggy parts. Alright, let's bring in my take your pick tool and let's get some of those papers off, and then we can put these two together. Oh, it didn't come off. Yeah, okay, they're all off. Now I'm going to flip this so that, this is the right side. I'm going to flip it down and then put those right in between. Those long pieces are going to go right in between. So there we have, the two layers are kind of popped up in between. So they're a little extra dimension. Then, do I have more? Let's see. Looking at my original sample, I think that's good. I think that's what I have. So now, this is going to be ready to go. We're going to set it right over there. And we're going to take our layer, which was 3.5 by 3 3/4 inches. And we are going to give that a local color. because I like it when I have an image with a white background. I like to give it a little extra color behind. It just adds a little touch of dimension by doing that. So I'm going to do Highland Heather, and I'm going to bring in my blending brush. And again, making sure I don't have any big globs of color. And I'm going to start adding that and blending some color behind. Blending it all behind, be back behind where the snowflake will go on top of it. And it's going to be very pretty, and it will add just a little extra layer of dimension behind our die cut snowflake and stenciled image. And again, you can go lighter or darker on this, kind of personal preference. I like it a little on the lighter side, and so I'm just kind of blending this to make it nice and smooth. And I'm going to look at this and see, can you see that? Yes, you can see that, so that is perfect. Let's close my ink pad up, and I'm going to bring in my ribbon. I have some of the white 1/4 inch ribbon. It is a very nice ribbon, it's very versatile, and I'm going to bring that, and it is going to go up about this far. So I do need some glue dots out of my drawer here. Put this, okay, make sure I get the right edge. This is one of my faux bows, my favorite faux bows. I've gone ahead and tied it off camera so that you guys don't have to watch me doing this. Okay, gonna do it right over here at the edge. Do it pretty close to the edge there. And then I'm going to do the other one, just picking up a glue dot off of the roll. I'm going to try to get this straight. I'm just going to eyeball it. So there we have that. We've attached our ribbon on. What else do we need? Oh yes, we need a die cut piece. This is also from this set. This nice little fun oval is also from this set. We're going to bring in our Joy to the World stamp, and we're going to bring in Gorgeous Grape. So we're going to ink that. We're going to just tap, tap, tap. We do not want to press into that pad. We just want to tap it. For some of you, it's going to feel like you were just barely touching that ink pad. Then we're going to stamp that on our piece, our die cut piece, our little die cut oval. Again, one of the die cuts that comes in the Snowy Delights bundle. And there we have that one. Close that up for a minute. And we'll set that aside. And now we can attach this to our Gorgeous Grape layer. Let's go ahead and bring in some of our Stamp and Seal so that we can quickly get some double stick tape on here. Just run it nice and smooth across here. I'm going to put our 2 layers together. through there, but hopefully it will cover up. Yep, uh-oh. My layer is a little crooked. What am I going to do? Let's bring out the spatula end of the Take Your Pick tool. And let's try to see if we can get that up and reposition that a little bit. The spatula end is fabulous for things like this. So, you know, it's always good when I make a mistake, because then I can kind of show you how to fix it on camera. Okay, getting this all off. See if I can get that to lift up. There we go. Let's lift up as we go. Alright, there we go. Saved. And now let's try this again. There we go. That's much better. Alright, now we want to put our snowflake on here, and we want to position it to where we're covering up this little oops here. How are we going to do this? I think we want to kind of come off this way. Alright, now we need dimensional on the back of this piece. So our joy up at the top here needs 1, but I believe the bottom part needs 2. So we're going to stack it. Oops. There we go. Take the paper off, and then we're going to put another dimensional on top of this one. This is what I call double stacked. It's kind of like, you know, double stack Oreos. It's always extra good if you've got extra white in the middle. Tell me if you agree with that in the comments. Not everybody likes extra in the middle, but I certainly do. How are we going to do this? We're going to do this right there. Okay. Now, we need to bring in some scissors, and we're going to trim this. And now we're going to get this ready to put on this. Now, I love when I'm doing these layers that are slightly smaller like this, I love popping up the entire layer. And again, I use lots of dimensionals so that there is no saggy parts. So you do not have to use as many as I do. This is just personal preference on this. And I just load it up. I know there's some other people, other demonstrators in this group, they love loading it up as well. So dimensionals are not that expensive, so I just load it up, and then I use all my edge pieces too. None of those edge pieces ever go to waste. Let's go ahead. We're going to get this, hopefully we'll get this positioned with an even border around. Alright, that's beautiful. Now we just need some bling. We need some further embellishments on here. So these are the Rhinestone Basic Jewels. These are staple. They are absolutely wonderful on any project. I guess if you were doing a really masculine project, you might not want to put rhinestones, but anything else. It just looks fabulous on. Oh, and I don't want the biggest one. I want a smaller one. I want a medium-sized one. I'm going to put it right up here, and I'm going to put, do I want a big one there in the middle? I think I want a big one in the middle, right there in the center. I want one of those big ones. And then I want some more little ones. So let's get some little ones. Let's put one over here and one kind of down here and another one kind of right there. There we have our outside is complete. And I did do an odd number on purpose. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I love doing odd numbers. Let's bring in our inside layer here, again, which is basic white and 4 inches by 5 1/4. And we're going to do some fun things on the inside of our card. There's these stamps. There's so many great stamps in this set. So let me show you the set again. So, and I did not even use this big outline stamp there. That one's great too. And it's great to use with the stencils as well. So I use the Joy to the World. I'm going to use these snowflakes, and I'm going to use the Sending You Joy and Many Delights with Family, Friends, and Long Peaceful Nights. So I have gone ahead and I've mounted the Sending You Joy and Many Delights, and it's a separate stamp, and it's the With Family, Friends, and Long Peaceful Nights. I've mounted that on one of the large blocks. This is the block E, and then of course the snowflakes is on this one. Let's go ahead and let's get some gorgeous gray. And bring in this piece again. So I'm going to tap, tap, tap. I'm not going to push into that pad. I am just tapping. Just lightly tapping that, not pushing into my pad at all. And just lightly tapping it. I'm going to test that and see. That looks pretty good. So ink it again. And bring in our inside layer. I'm going to kind of go from the top, not touching down, moving down. Hopefully this is straight. Just kind of hold it there for a minute, let the ink absorb into the paper. That's what I like to do, just kind of hold it there for a little bit. Alright, that is beautiful. Now, I'm going to switch to my Highland Heather ink, and I'm going to do what they call stamping off or second generation stamping. We're going to ink that with Highland Heather. I'm going to stamp off, and then we're going to stamp on. Hold it there for a minute. And we're going to do the same thing over here. And that one's going to go down in this corner. So we just want just a touch of the Highland Heather. So that's our beautiful inside. And then we can mount that inside our card. Again, using our stamp and seal. Whoop. And get that. Try to get that straight with even borders around. Turn it over. rub it down, and now we have a beautiful card with the Snowy Delights stamp set that says Joy to the World and is all ready to send someone for Christmas. So please do put your comments. I always go back and look at your comments and then reply to your comments, like your comments, all of those great things. So please do go ahead and do that. I really hope that you enjoyed this. I hope you've enjoyed the last 3 days with Diane and Angie and Maureen. And then tomorrow is Leanne. So I really hope you're enjoying these 12 days where you'll get a little bit of something uh, for one of the holidays, the upcoming holidays, um, every day for 12 days. So this is going till September 12th, and then on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, you're going to have even more special things going on because we're all going to do some presentations of anything but a card. So don't forget, keep tuning in every single day. And we love your comments. We also love it if you make something that is similar to what we've made. We love it if you post your creations as well. Until next time, bye.